Alright, guys. Here we go. Murder mystery time. There are no voice actors, so I will be doing all the voice acting myself. Let me know if you need volume up, volume down. It's the intro. Episode 1, The Lamb and the Tiger. From William Merrick to Cassandra Clark. That's me, Cadet Clark. Your excellent performance throughout the Academy these past 24 months has not gone unnoticed. You have ranked in the top percentile of graduates, and it is my pleasure to offer you your first position with the DCPD. You'll be stationed at the District Crime Agency, working out of Police Plaza as a junior detective alongside Detective Nathaniel Houston. Further details will follow. We have no doubt you will prove to be a valued asset to the DCPD. Best wishes. Captain William Merrick.
I'll say it was the butler using a rope in the kitchen laughing.
Oh, wow. Look at the office area, guys. You must be Detective Nathaniel Houston. And you must be lost. Cassandra Clark.
Scruffy
Hi.
looking.
Hi, I don't usually get visitors down here. I've come from the academy. It didn't work out well with the last intern. Maybe ask someone from upstairs. They didn't tell you?
Super
I'm your new
play
partner.
It seems like your sound alerts browser source
I
is
don't need
offline.
a
Make sure
partner.
you've implemented the source correctly.
I'm sure you don't. It's always good to have another pair of hands, though, isn't it? Look, Clarissa, the District Crime Agency isn't where anyone gets to start their career. This is where they bury you. Cassandra, but call me Cass. I was top of my class, with degrees in criminology and sociology. Class? How many hours on the job? Jeez, do yourself a favor and go back upstairs and tell them you're wasting your time and mine. I'm sorry my presence bothers you, Detective, but I've been handpicked for this job. Really? Because I just walked in off the street. I didn't come here to cause problems. I came to help. I want to learn everything there is to know. If you really need to be here, go. And don't cause problems over there. This isn't kindergarten. I don't have time to hold your hand. Great. You won't need to. Yeah, this place is, look at the wall over here. I mean, how does that even get there? Interesting. The Lamb and the Tiger.
It could do with the coat of paint.
It probably smells too. I guess this must be Frank Daniels. It is. I recognize him from the TV. Who called it in? The neighbors. Said they heard a gunshot around 7:30. My mom voted for him in the last local election. You know he wanted pay raises for cops? Good night, sweet prince. Did they give us anything else to go on? That was it. So how about it? How about what? You wanted to work at the DCA? Have at it, partner. Whoever did this wasn't taught to clean up after themselves. There's a lot of potential evidence lying around. Let's go check out Frank. This is weird. I guess I'm standing too close to the body or something. Alright, here we go. Okay, so this is the workspace. Shows pieces of evidence gathered where I can link them and get a clear picture of the story. They're just telling me I can organize my clues and stuff like that as well. And I can unlock new dialogue and improve my score if I can put 2 and 2 together. So right now this is what I've got. Frank Daniels, blood on the carpet, bullet wound, 9mm shell casing. Hmm. 9mm handgun. So I'm okay. What's going on here? Letter opener? There's no blood on the letter opener, plus he has a bullet wound. So I'm gonna automatically link the 9mm handgun to the bullet wound. And they're just telling you if you make a mistake, you can always, you know. And I'm gonna link it to the 9mm shell casing. And this is just like how you move stuff if you want to move it around. Unfortunately, you gotta do this when you first play the game. So we got some blood on the glass and we got an open window. We got a closed window here. Okay, so this is what I'm supposed to be trying to figure out. Who, what, why, where, and when, and how. And once I've got all my clues and I've linked all of my evidence, then I should be able to know which one it is, and then I can just link it and solve the mystery. This is my crime scene objective. We already know it's the 9mm handgun because he's got a bullet wound. I can click that. Say yes. Now this A+ doesn't count because the computer helps you. Going forward, you gotta get it for yourself. How long will it take the lab to check the gun for fingerprints? Forever. And how about testing the blood? The blood on the broken glass probably belongs to our killer. Eternity. So what do we do next? I don't know. If only we had someone who was handpicked by the Academy to help us. Alright, let's talk to his wife. I'd be keen to know where she was when all this was going down. Busy at the funeral parlor right now. How about we check out his office? Thank God Cassandra and her top grades are here to guide us. Lead the way. Oh, look at this. We got something new. We got coffee in the office. Look. Ooh, and we've started putting up our ugh. And we didn't even clean the wall. We just started putting up our evidence.
An upgrade?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I mean, the least you could do was like clean the wall off first. All right, time to head to Frank Daniels' office to start the investigation. So these are the corridors of power. Not much to write home about. At least it's not a basement. Touché. Our current objective is to find a suspect and potential motive for the murder. Hi, I'm Detective Clark. I was told this is where I could find Frank Daniels' secretary, Miss Rabineau. Mrs. Rabineau. Hello. I'm sorry, Mrs. Rabineau. Please call me Nadine. Nadine, I am very sorry for your loss. Thank you. It's just such a shock. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about Frank Daniels? Of course, whatever I can do to help. How was your relationship with Frank? I've been his secretary for just over 3 years, and as far as the office is concerned, I was across everything. As you can imagine, he was a very busy man. How was your relationship outside of the office? Oh, I skipped over that, sorry. What was Frank like as a person? Kind, caring. He was an old school gentleman, holding doors open for me, you know. He was also a workaholic. Never took a break, never out of the office. Meaning I was never out of the office. Where were you last night? Am I a suspect? We're just looking to establish who was where and when. I was at home with my husband and the kids. Taco Thursday. Thank you for your time, Nadine. If you don't mind, we'll continue to look around the office. Of course. If you need anything, just ask. Alright, so Frank Daniels, his time of death is 7:30. I'm just going to go ahead and link this with him being shot at home. Secretary was home with her family. Now, if you catch a link, let me know. Daniels leads in the polls. In what could be the tightest gubernatorial race we've seen here in a decade, early polls show Frank Daniels has a favorability rating of 42% to Johnson's 41% and Herrera's 17%. If, as many commentators expect, this becomes a two-horse race, many of Herrera's supporters will vote for Daniels. Come January, nobody should be very surprised if Frank Daniels is being sworn in. Daniels has made a name for himself as the people's politician. From the beginning, the Daniels team has tried to get the message out there that he wants to govern for everyone, stating the only radical thing he wants to do is make sure people aren't living in poverty. His moderate policy proposals have proved popular on both sides of the aisle, although Daniels borders on vociferous when asked about his views on controlling the sale of handguns in the state. Sources inside the Daniels campaign have said that he repeatedly refused to soften his stance and that they were initially worried about his can't make everyone happy attitude. Ousting a sitting governor with rising approval ratings will be no mean feat, but Frank Daniels seems to be steadily proving his campaign team wrong. Ah. Angry about Daniels' views on handguns. Oh, what's this over here? It's a campaign photo. I suppose I could link that with him being a people's politician. Let's see what else. Oh, she wants to talk. Nadine, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course, whatever I can do to help. In all the time that you worked for Frank, did he have any enemies that you know of? Anyone out to get him, that sort of thing? No, nothing like that. Certainly no one that would want to kill him. But... But? Frank was a politician. He had plenty of people who disagreed with him, and he more than returned the favor. For example, he was no friend to the gun lobby. What was Frank working on? Somehow, in between his work on the Water Commission, his tax policies, the support for free high school lunches, we were running a campaign. I can't believe that it's all over now. That picture over there, is that who I think it is? Yes, that's Governor Johnson. He worked closely with Frank. It looks very friendly. How was their relationship? Detective, that photo is an exercise in public relations. Frank opposed a lot of what Governor Johnson was proposing for the city, so they weren't exactly friends. I'd often hear Frank getting heated on calls with the governor, but Frank had a tendency to get heated on most calls. When you've worked in politics as long as I have, you learn that it's all part of the process. People with egos, all thinking they know best. Thank you for your time. If you don't mind, we'll continue to look around the office. Okay, Governor Johnson. Governor Johnson was in the campaign photo, so I'm going to link him to the campaign photo. Member of the gun lobby. Angry about views on handguns. Daniel's rival. Daniel's leading rivals in polls. Ah! Unlock the new dialogue. Let's go. Tabbing out already? Seems like Daniels is creeping ahead in the polls. I'm guessing Governor Johnson will be privately relieved. Are you saying Daniel's murder was politically motivated? What? No, I just... Think about it. Who benefits the most from this? I've thought about it. You're reaching, Houston. Johnson was not taking out the campaign. Was he? We can't rule anything out. I need a bit more time. I'm not done just yet. So could Johnson have arranged Daniel's hit? Was the hit politically motivated? Okay. Johnson arranged Daniel's hit. Let's see what else we got going on here. He's got a nice office. Oh, look at all those trophies up there. He's a winner. Let's see what we got behind the desk. Alright, so this is his schedule. Okay, so he had a water treatment ribbon cutting and a black tie dinner at 7 p.m. Okay, and he was shot around 7:30. I'm gonna link that. Oh, let's go. Tabbing out already? You said the shooting took place around 7:30, right? That's what the neighbors said, yeah. There's an event in Daniel's schedule starting at 7 last night. That means he didn't go to the event. I wonder why not. Good. Good find. Keep at it. I'm not done just yet. I need a bit more time. Daniels didn't go to event. I'll just link that to Shot at Home. Nadine, do you mind if I ask you some questions? You had Frank marked down for an event last night, around the time of his death. It was the opening of the new water treatment plant. It's a big deal, lots of jobs. Everyone was expecting Frank there, the press, his opponents. It had been arranged for weeks before. He was shot at home when he was supposed to be at the event. Did you know he wasn't going to show? Yes, when he left the office around 6, he told me he changed his mind about the event and was going to stay home. He said he didn't like the optics, being seen applauding the incumbent in the middle of a campaign. Did that sound believable to you? I said it myself 3 weeks ago, but it was smart of Frank to do it last minute. You know, have people asking some questions about why Frank Daniels changed his mind about attending instead of just letting the governor pat himself on the back. Frank always had good instincts about how to steer the narrative. Did anyone else know Frank would be at home? I wasn't to answer questions from the press till after the event, and I didn't tell anyone else. Thank you for your time, Nadine. Was expected at event. Just popped up and said he didn't go to the event. Had been planned for weeks. Canceled at last minute. we got anything else. Alright, so that's all the clues for now. I suppose we could say a potential motive for the murder is that it's politically motivated. We're speculating it was Johnson for right now. So I'm just going to put Johnson here. Let me see. Let me make sure I people's politician. Alright. Let's see if I'm right. I am not. Alright. There's something I didn't link here. What do you think, Backyard? Now I can ask for a hint, but if I do that, it'll take away from my score. I'm trying to get an A or an A plus. Daniel's rival. Didn't know
that
Daniels.
game is above my pay grade, lol.
Let's see, this says didn't know Daniels was home. I'm gonna link that to told no one else where Daniels was. So okay, so the governor didn't know Daniels was home, so he couldn't have been the person who shot him. Daniel leading in the polls. Daniel's rival. People's politician. Just gonna link that to Frank Daniels. I wonder if I linked this. Was expected at event. Daniels canceled last minute. Okay, probably did. Had been planned for weeks. Was expected at event. Oh, I hate to ask for a hint, but I might have to. She told no one else where he was going. And she was home with her family. Campaign photo, people's politician. I'm lost. I'm gonna ask for a hint. Oh. Johnson arranged hit. Oh, okay, I didn't link these two. I thought I did, but I guess not. Alright. Houston, we have a problem. Nobody liked you at the academy, did they? Your political motivation theory is a bust. If Johnson was expecting Daniels to be at the opening of the water treatment plant, why would he have sent a goon round to his home to take him out? I was just checking you were paying attention. That was a little far-fetched. Maybe we need to think about closer to home. Maybe see what Rapinoe knows about Frank's home life. Couldn't have planned murder. I'll just link this to didn't know he was home. That's obvious. Nadine, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course, whatever I can do to help. What do you know about Frank's home life? It was just him and his wife. He wasn't one to talk about his private life very much. Frank worked a lot. Believe me, those late nights in the office can put a strain on a marriage. Define strain. More often than not, I was making an awkward call to Mrs. Daniels explaining that Frank wouldn't be home for dinner. How did Mrs. Daniels seem? Sometimes angry, like hold the phone away from my ear angry. It didn't seem like they were very happy, but I think she worried about him. She was always calling, asking where he was, and when he'd be home. Thank you for your time. Okay, so if the wife was always calling, asking where she was, well, I'm thinking she had to have told her. So I'm gonna link this to told no one else where he was, where he was. Okay, because she had to have told her. Are you sure it was only you who knew where Frank was? If his wife was always calling, asking where he was, right. Actually, Rosemary did call asking when Frank would be home. At some time before 7 last night, I told her I didn't know and that she'd have to call Frank at home. I guess it's lucky that Rosemary wasn't at home last night, too. Wife knew he was home. Rosemary Daniels. Okay, so definitely gonna link Rosemary to Frank. And the wife knew he was home. That would be Rosemary. Wife was always asking where he was. Gonna link those two. Wife knew he was home. She has a negative view of Daniel's home life. I'm gonna link that to wife was always asking where he was. Okay, let me link this to didn't know Daniels was home because wife knew he was home. Okay, so now I guess we're looking at the wife now. Let me see if they think, well, potential motive. Because this doesn't go to her potential motive. I wonder if we want to link these two. Okay. I think it's kind of weird that he had an event that was planned for weeks. I'm expecting that his wife would have gone with him. Let me ask for another hint. Oh, he wants to talk. Dang it. I feel like I wasted a hint there. I should have just went back out. Apart from Mrs. Rapinoe, the only person who knew Frank was home was his wife, Rosemary Daniels. An unhappy marriage is a good reason as any to murder someone. Ouch. I wouldn't ask what makes you say that. Nice work, though. Let's wrap up here and get back to the station. Okay, so I see what they're trying to say. Alright, so they're trying to say maybe it was Rosemary Daniels. And maybe the reason, let me remove this one, is that they were unhappily married. Let's see if that's it. Got the B. Okay, so it looks like discovered all the items, discovered all the evidence. I made one incorrect deduction, but I used 2 hints, and I had a failed attempt, so I understand why I got a B. It kind of sucks. Okay, back at the DC headquarters. Oh, they cleaned the wall. Look, wall's clean. I'll look into Rapinoe's alibi. You don't believe her? It's not really about what I believe, now is it? Objectivity will only get you so far, Cassandra. You're going to need to listen to your gut eventually. Cass, I may trust my gut, but I'm not sure a judge would. I mean, look at it. There's no time to worry about Nadine Rapinoe right now, for the Lady Daniels hath returned. Rosemary Daniels is back? We can question her at home. Oh, they cleaned the wall. I love it so much. We still got some dirtiness on the floor here.
The more cases you solve, the cleaner the office will be.
They're starting to take pride in their work. That's what I like about it. Ah, listen. The woman has just lost her husband, but I know, I'll go easy on her. Are you kidding? The opposite. They teach you that a grieving widow can be a killer at the academy? Everyone's a suspect. Now let's check out this home. Not bad. Let's go talk to Lady Daniels. Mrs. Daniels, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know this is a hard time, but the sooner we can establish some facts surrounding Frank's death, the sooner we can find whoever's responsible. I just want to know what happened, and for whoever murdered Frank to be brought to justice. I promise that myself and Detective Houston will do everything in our power to make that happen. Thank you, Detective Clark. I have a few questions. Okay. I don't know if you've had a chance to look around, but have you noticed anything that's missing? Any jewelry or... No, I don't think so. I suppose Frank interrupted them before they could take anything. Do you know if Frank had any enemies? Anyone who would want to hurt him? No, but he seemed stressed recently. Increasingly so. I asked him why, but he just put it down to work.
Got to go. I'll catch up later with you. Have a great stream and take her care.
Cool, you too, Backyard. Thanks for stopping by. Frank was supposed to attend the opening of the new plant last night, but in the end he didn't go. Do you know why? He said he changed his mind about going, something about sticking it to Johnson. If he'd just gone to that stupid ribbon cutting, he'd still be here. Do you mind if I ask why you weren't planning to attend with him? I don't enjoy being one of those wives who show up to decorate an arm. Frank knew how these things bored me. You said you went out. Where were you going? The theater. Measure for measure. Did you go alone, or... Yes, I was alone. Not to sound rude, but do you often go to the theater alone? As a politician's wife, you learn quickly that if you don't do some things on your own, you might never do them. That's all for now, Mrs. Daniels. Flowers from Governor Johnson. Nice flowers. Did you know the governor personally? No, but it was nice of the governor's office to send them along. It means a lot to know how well thought of Frank was. His secretary mentioned that they weren't the best of friends. Did Frank ever mention any such hostility? No, not to me. Frank often avoided talking about work. That's all for now, Mrs. Daniels. Two tickets, not one. Purchase 2 tickets. Alright, so I'm going to move this over here by Mrs. Rosemary. Sorry, Mrs. Daniels. Move this over here. Okay, so the ticket receipt is Okay, so the ticket receipt is Rosemary's. She was not alone in the theater. 2 tickets were purchased. go back and talk to Mrs. Daniels. I wonder if you can clear something up for me. You went to the theater alone, but you have a receipt for 2 tickets. Yes. The second was for Frank, but he canceled yesterday morning. That's all for now, Mrs. Daniels. Move this for a second. Okay, 2 tickets purchased. One was for Frank, but he called. Canceled that morning, so she still knew he'd be home. What's this over here? An office party photo. Alright, I'm gonna move this over here by Nadine. Link her to it because she works in his office. Perhaps Governor Johnson is there? Let's see if she's got. Oh, something on the ground over here. Crumpled gift note. A little something to show I want our love to last forever. A crumpled gift note. Was it from Frank? I'm gonna move these over here next to Frank. Crumpled gift note from Frank. Let's compare it to his notes. Let's talk to Lady Daniels. This is a nice picture of Frank. That was taken the night he got re-elected. You look very happy in it. Because I was told to. That was my role that night. Photo ops and local press. Frank was a wonderful man with noble goals, but he was selfish in his pursuit of them. Righting the wrongs of the world was Frank's priority, but just one time, I wanted it to be me. What's up? A little something to show our love to last forever? Found a small gift note with that written on it. No signs of the gift, but I'm guessing it was diamonds since they're forever. From Frank Daniels? I don't think so. The handwriting is completely different from the writing in his notebook. Rosemary's toy boy, maybe? This is getting interesting. Definitely gonna move this over here to Rosemary. I think she was alone at the theater. And she purchased 2 tickets, so I'm gonna link him to that, because that's probably what the tickets were for. Crumpled gift note, probably from the lover. Maybe link him to ticket receipt. See if we got anything else. I guess I can unlink this because we know that it wasn't for that. Know he's got a lover, finds potential suspects, and a motive. Canceled on the theater that morning. Just say Frank Daniels. I am missing something and I'm not sure what it is. I wonder what happened if I link these two. Ah, let's go. What's up? Something strange. She just told me that she went alone to the theater last night because her husband canceled on her yesterday morning. That is strange. Especially since Mrs. Rapinoe told us he'd been planning to go to the water plant thing for weeks. And Rapinoe said he'd only canceled last minute. Good work. Time to apply some pressure. Of course we know Rosemary Daniels is lying. Oh, let me quit. Okay, so we know that Rosemary's lying. And we know it's probably because she has a lover. Second ticket not for him. Most likely for a lover. Mrs. Daniels. Yes. Is something the matter? I have reason to believe you're not telling me the truth about who you were with last night. In order for us to do our job, we need all the facts. I was at the theater. Isn't that enough? We need to know about who you were with. Another man? That's not against the law, is it? Please, Mrs. Daniels. Yes, I was with another man. I knew I'd have to tell you this. Let's start with his name. Jack Levinson. I'm not what you think, Detective. Frank and I were more like friends. It wasn't a loveless marriage, but it was lonely. I met Jack last year at an art interpretation class. It's become something more than I intended it to. Anyway, I thought Frank was going to be at the ribbon cutting last night, so I went to the theater with Jack. I got there early, a little after 6:30, so I just called Nadine to find out when Frank would be home. She was cryptic, so I called Frank at home, and he told me he decided not to go to the event. I told him I was going to the theater alone. What happened next? The play ended around 10, I said goodbye to Jack, and I got in a cab home. That's when I saw the police cars. That's all for now, Mrs. Daniels. Okay, so Jack Levinson is the lover. Remove him. Okay, well, okay, so he's the lover, and he's linked to Rosemary. Now I'll just say Jack Levinson because the second ticket was not meant for Frank. Linked to the ticket receipt, and it's also linked purchase 2 tickets. And I already got him second ticket, not for Frank. What's up? Mrs. Daniels finally admitted she was with someone at the theater, Jack Levinson. You believe her? I think so. You think so? Did you interrogate her or not? She's been through a lot. How about we call the theater and see if we can find any witnesses that can place them there? We need some more informed theories. Here's a theory. She's lying about everything. Last night, thinking the coast is clear, Jack Levinson meets her here, and when Daniel shows up unexpectedly, he gets his gun and threatens to kill them both. Levinson gets the gun away from Daniels, but it goes off, and Daniels goes down. Levinson gets spooked when he hears the sirens and hightails it out the window, where he cuts himself. I mean, it's possible. Sure, it's possible. But you want to leave and give her a chance to call Loverboy so she can warn him to get the hell out of Dodge? Come on, I think Rosemary's been through enough for one day. You mean Mrs. Daniels? I thought I told you not to go soft on her. I thought you were my partner, not my boss. Not here. Me and you need to have a talk back at the station. Okay, so here's what I think is going on. I think they think, once again, that Rosemary killed her husband. Or Jack Levinson killed him. And because she was caught cheating. Let me go ahead and link this. Alright, let's see if I'm right. Let's go! Yes! I finally got an A class. Let's go! Well, we didn't catch a killer, but I'm happy you and your new best bud, Mrs. Daniels, had time to hang out. The woman clearly didn't kill her husband. What happened to wanting me to use my gut? Your gut's guess is only as good as the facts it's based on. Your gut should have pressed her for more info. Okay, let's stop talking about my gut for 2 seconds. Do you have a problem with me? I have a problem with rookies screwing up. You said you wanted to learn everything there is to know, but you ignored literally the first thing I suggested you do. My years on the job used to mean something around here. I thought I was doing the right thing. Give me another chance to... I don't believe in second chances. After we close this, I'm asking for you to be transferred. Maybe that's for the best. And if that's not enough, the lab messed up the blood. I'm surrounded by rookies. Messed up how? Enough to be inadmissible in court. Believe me when I say the DCPD has issues with crucial evidence slipping through the cracks. At least we got a potential print from the weapon. Belongs to a Tammy Marden. My old CI owed me a favor. I've tracked down Mrs. Marden down to a local bar. I can interrogate her. I can do this. Whatever. If there's even a whiff of amateurness, I'm stepping in. Ah. chair. Still think they should clean up the office, but you know. From dusk till dawn bar. Ah. Your old CI. Can you trust him? Yep. Why'd you cut him loose? I didn't. He cleaned up his act. Guess they don't make lowlives like they used to. That lowlife became a friend. I didn't mean half my cases would be turning cold now if it weren't for guys like him. Just find Tammy and find out if she shot Daniels. The bar. Ah, crap. You people again? This is harassment. Harassment? You always in here shaking down the clientele. Not this time. We're looking for a woman, Tammy Martin. You know her? What's this about? You are a lawyer? She's over there in the blue. Tammy Martin? Who's asking? Detective Clark, DCA. I don't know nothing. You don't know what we're asking yet. I know what I know and what I don't know. I can't help you. You can answer my questions here, or I can take you to the station. Ask your questions. The politician Frank Daniels was murdered last night. I'm sorry to hear that. You seem surprised. Why wouldn't I be? What would you say if I told you that your fingerprints were on the gun that was used to shoot him? What? I'd say I'd have to be a pretty great shot because I was here from 6 till closing last night. Fingerprints don't lie. Well, neither do I. Have you had a gun stolen recently? I didn't get nothing stolen from nobody. No. Has anyone stolen a gun from you that you owned? No. Can you think of any other way your fingerprints might have gotten onto the murder weapon? Maybe you made a mistake. I'm done for now. That punk behind the bar won't serve me till I pay my tab. Since when? Hmm. What now? Maybe if you ditch the attitude, this would go faster. How may I be of service? Was Tammy in here last night between 7 and 8 p.m.? Yeah. Hell, she was here all night, drinking. Can you tell me anything about Tammy? I like to keep a little distance between myself and the clientele, mostly due to the smell. Do you keep a list of your regulars' tabs behind the bar? I don't know why you'd be interested in that, unless you're here to solve one or two robberies. Where is it? Beside the register. Take a look if you want. That sign just says lit. That's crazy. Ah, looks like Tammy paid her bar tab. Let me see if I can move this. Just right here in the middle. Okay. Keeps a list of bar tabs. Bar tab list. Tammy paid bar tab. That is confirmed by the bartender. And it's probably because she paid her bar tab. Hold on, let me take that off of there. I'll leave it. Had a second? I got all the time in the world for a pretty girl like you. Stand down, miss. This is police business. Hey, nobody's perfect. What do you know about Tammy Martin? Not much. She's in here a lot, mostly alone. I made a move one time because, I gotta try, right? Not that she was interested. No, I just avoid her, which is all good because I sometimes see her talking to people that I don't want to know. Why don't you want to know these people? Because they're shady, and some of the stuff she's shifting their way is as hot as her. You feel me? Yes, feel you, I think. If you want to buy just about anything half price, Tammy's your girl. Thanks, that's all for now. She's known for fencing goods. Patron at the jukebox is talkative, okay? Alright, so she's known for fencing goods. That's probably how she paid her bar tab. That also makes you think she was involved in a robbery. But nothing was taken from the Daniels residence, so... Walk around this bar, see if we can find any more evidence. Oh, what's this? Ooh, a hidden item. Let's go. See what's going on behind the bar. Nothing unusual. Alright. Who? Hmm. I think we still think we want Tammy for the job, but for fencing goods. I don't know. I'm kind of wary about choosing her. Patron at the jukebox. Oh, maybe she fenced the handgun. Let's go. What do you do for a living? Would I be in here in the middle of the day if I had a job? You don't sell stolen goods? They weren't able to prove that. Anyway, I don't do that anymore. So you just admitted that you used to do it. I don't think you killed Frank Daniels, Tammy, but I think you sold the gun to whoever did. Unless you can prove it, what you think is your problem. She sold the gun, so that's why her fingerprints were on it and directly related. Why is unemployed way over here? That's weird. Like it should be like over here. Yeah. It looks like Tamlin recently paid off her tab in one go. Last night. So what? Tammy told me she was unemployed. She coming to some money? Ha! You're asking me because you know she won't tell you. Well, sorry. Bartender Barfly confidentiality. That's everything. Thanks for your cooperation. Shh! Don't say cooperation so loud. me put this right here since she used it to pay her bar tab. I saw you paid off a pretty hefty bar tab last night. So what? I thought you weren't working. I borrowed it. Save it. That money came from you selling the 9mm that killed Frank Daniels, and who knows what else. I need to know which one of your friends bought it, or I'm taking you in. Guess I'm coming with you then. I ain't no rat. I get it. You got a rep to worry about, but what's that rep worth to you inside? A lot, man. You think my customers don't have connections inside? What is this? Your first day? If I give you the name of the guy that I sold it to, it's not just my rep I need to worry about. I'm done for now. Yo, why do they keep putting all this crap all over here? Let me pull all this over here. Okay, so Tammy is in contact with lowlifes. Probably sold the gun to. Sold the gun to a male. That's why her prints were on the gun. Worried about her reputation. Sold a gun to a male, that's how she came into money. I'll just connect this to sold to fencing goods. Tammy Martin. Unemployed, but she sold a gun to a male. Contact with low lives. Okay, so gun to male, came into some money. Oh, I think I already linked that. Yeah, I think I already linked it. I guess we could say she's defensive because she's worried about her reputation. And defensive. So gun to a male. I don't think we need the information about the bar tab anymore. That's been paid off. Oh, darn it. Yeah, I need to find out who she sold the gun to. I wish they had a button where you could just remove all of these. You can remove all links button. Trying to see what all this is connected to. Let's see what all this is linked to. Alright, so link to Tammy. This could be linked. Oh shoot. Put that there. We could link this here. See what all this is linked to. Alright, let me link the 9mm to this dude that she sold the gun to. Sold gun to a male. Let's go ahead and make sure this is linked here. Alright. I'm just going to remove all these links. I didn't know about the issue with the bartender, so if the bartender can do anything else for us. I will say one thing. The patient at the bar did say was known for fencing goods. I do want to link that. Okay. Did not get a dialogue out of that. So I'm going to unlink it. Tammy's alibi confirmed by barman. Okay, she was sold a gun. She was selling a gun to a guy in contact with lowlifes. Let's see if I link that to the gun. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and ask for help. I wonder why these two are linked. You know you don't have to be a rat to help us. You could be a CI. Same thing. The difference is a CI gets paid for their info. Yeah, right. Seriously, be my CI and any charges from selling the gun that was used in the murder of Frank Daniels goes away. How much would I get paid? That depends on how helpful you are. You can start by giving me a name. Okay, John Riley. An associate put us in touch. I'd never seen him before. That it? Dummy called me from a phone in his hotel to set up the meet. I star 69'd him. Like to know what I can about who I'm doing business with. You did good. Do I get paid now? First, I need to make sure your story checks out, and you're not selling me a pack of lies. Don't go too far. Okay. So she's in contact with Lowlives, which is John Riley. And we now have the address to the motel. Nice. And she sold him the gun. That puts him in connection to the handgun. Alright. I got everything right, but I used a hint. So, damn, they lowered me down to a B just for that? Got all the items discovered, all the evidence discovered, made all the correct deductions, made way too many deductions. That's probably why. There's only 5. Made it, I don't feel like I should have got a B. I feel like I should have got an A. You know, no A plus because I used a hint, but my gosh, kind of rough. DC headquarters. Tammy's info checked out. John Riley checked into the Sleep Easy Motel on Wednesday. What's up with you? Nothing. Look, the transfer. It's got nothing personal. I just work better. I'm thinking about Rosemary Daniels. In the same day as I promised her we'd bring her husband's killer to justice, I told the woman who supplied the murder weapon she could get a free pass. We let Tammy off the hook now. Maybe one day she gives us a tip that helps us actually prevent another Mrs. Daniels from losing her husband. But we don't know Tammy squat. You're right. She's a criminal. You need to decide if you want to arrest her. It's your call. Oh no, I don't know what to do. I want to keep Tammy as a CI. Let's hang on to her as a CI for now. Like you say, she might be useful. Is that the right thing to do? Sometimes there is no right thing. It's time to pay a visit to John Riley. Got more evidence on the board over here. Oh, we cleaned the floor. Look. Let's go. Alright. You want to lead? You've come this far. You might as well see the case through to the end. Definitely a seedy motel. Interesting. What is this? You got fish? Finding Nemo is in there. And it looks like Dory too. Oh my god. This guy's kind of a slob. He's got his bags packed. Is that a ring around the tub? Oh my god. Let me get out of here. Talk to this guy. Hope there's a question about why he's so nasty. Throat's dry. Thanks for letting us look around, Mr. Riley. The manager said you were asking everyone in the building. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions. Okay. Do you know a man named Frank Daniels? No. Why? You sound sure. You don't know anyone called Mr. Daniels or Frank? No. What's this about? Frank Daniels was shot in his home last night. I don't know nothing about that. Why are you asking me? Somebody made a call from the payphone downstairs to someone with a connection to the murder weapon. Sounds kind of vague. That's why we appreciate any help you can give us. No idea. Sorry. Where were you last night, between the hours of 7 p.m. and 11 p.m.? Here? Alone? Just me and the pay-per-view. What's the reason for your stay here? I just wanted to get away for a couple days. Oh, that's right. He does have a bandaged arm. Okay, so Riley's prints aren't the one they found on the weapon, so I'll go ahead and link that to him. But he did have the handgun, though. He's got a bandaged arm, right? And there was blood on the glass at the Daniels home. What's up? I think underneath that bandaged arm is a nasty cut from the window at the Daniels residence. I think so too. So he breaks in the window to get in, maybe thinking the coast is clear for a quick burglary, and cuts himself on the way in, or more likely, making a hasty exit out the window. Even if the lab hadn't tainted the blood taken from the scene, JR's lawyers could try and argue that he broke in earlier in the day, before Daniels was killed. You're kidding. I've seen criminals walk with more compelling evidence hanging over them. We need to prove he broke in when Daniels was home. Let's wrap this up. Okay, here's the problem about an opportunistic burglary. Nothing was stolen. I'll go ahead and link John Riley to Broken In. In his room all night? Rosemary Daniels said nothing was stolen. Any two-bit lawyer would have our burglary motive laughed out of court. What are you thinking? Could have been a contract killing. You think JR seems smart enough for that kind of work? Maybe not. But could the contractee isn't too bright either, and paid Riley to carry out a hit on Frank Daniels. Ah, let's wrap this up. So I see what she's saying. She's saying that the person who was contracted was the chick, and no, she only sold the weapon. Okay, so somebody was asked to do a hit on this guy, and instead they asked Frank to do it, and Frank went and bought a weapon to get it done. Okay, that's what she's saying. Paid to murder Frank Daniels. Oh, evidence. Let's get some evidence. Okay, so we got a gas station receipt, timestamp 7:06. So dude was not in his room all night, first of all. Let's see here. What we got here? Got packed bags, probably trying to get out of town. She's just checking out his sink. Stitching kit. Stitching kit. He sewed up a wound. Okay. So now we know. I'm gonna link that to the bandage on his arm. should look at the sink. Pack his bags because he's about to leave. Oh, so they both want to talk. Okay, let's see what he got to say. Something else. Yeah? What happened to your arm? I cut it hopping a fence. Cut right through the sleeve of my jacket. When was this? Uh, Yesterday? In the morning? Looks to me like you stitched it up yourself. Why didn't you go to a hospital? I can't afford the hospital bills. I found a receipt. Riley bought gas and a cup of coffee just after 7 last night from a gas station not far from the Daniels residence. That proves that he lied about being here all of last night. But that alone wouldn't be enough to get a conviction. Any more evidence? Black gloves in the trash. Well, that probably explains why his prints are not on the weapon. I found a pair of perfectly good black leather gloves in the trash. Wet, so anything even remotely useful will probably have been washed off. That's why his prints weren't on the gun. We can keep looking, but I doubt we'll find anything physical to connect Riley to the gun. With no hard evidence, all we've got is Tammy's account of JR buying the gun from her. Let's wrap this up. Okay. Prints on the weapon, we know why. Nothing physical connecting him because his fingerprints are not on the weapon, and because he wore black gloves. Okay, so Tammy is linked to the gun. She's also linked to John Riley. Away for a couple days. Probably because he was paid to murder Frank Daniels. Paid to murder Frank Daniels but couldn't afford, but says he doesn't have much money. I can't find anything suggesting Riley was paid to kill Frank Daniels. The class clearly broke. Let's hope the physical evidence is compelling enough. So, we have Tammy linking the gun to Riley. She'll never testify in court. We can guess that a blood test will prove JR cut his arm breaking into the Daniels home, but won't prove when he broke in. And the gas station receipt can place him near the scene of the crime at the right time, which only really proves he lied about where he was. But we could check the gas station security cameras. If the sleeve of his jacket isn't ripped before 7 p.m., then he has to have cut himself on the broken window when Daniels was home. It's good, but it's a big if. Yeah, not a slam dunk. Give me a minute. I want to try talking to him. Hope you know what you're doing. Oh, he didn't buy the stitching kit there. I wasn't on the receipt. Something else? Yeah. Mr. Riley, are you sure there's nothing you want to tell us? Like what? Like you bought a 9mm a couple days ago and used it to murder Frank Daniels? Alright, I'm done answering questions. I want a lawyer. And I'm done asking them. Here's what's going to happen next, John. We're arresting you for the murder of Frank Daniels. A blood sample will prove you were at the scene of the crime, and a witness has placed you downtown buying the gun from a known fence. No, I didn't go downtown. How could they have seen me with her? Her? I didn't say it was a woman. Him or her. Popular politician like Frank Daniels probably had friends in the judicial system. Premeditated murder? I'd say you're probably going away for the rest of your life. I don't get it, JR. You don't seem like the contract-killing type to me. I'm not. Prove it. Otherwise, we can't help you on your day in court. He wasn't supposed to be there. He was supposed to be at some party for the opening of a new plant. I thought the place was empty, I swear. Yeah, I was gonna boost some stuff for cash, but he came into the room before I had the chance. I didn't want to kill him, he just came at me. Had no choice. Cuff this guy so we can get out of this dump. You know it was an accident, right? That'll count for something. It's not me you have to convince anymore. Okay, so now we have everything. Okay, so we know that this is a planned burglary now. It's not opportunistic. Okay, so he got killed with the 9mm gun. We know it was John Riley. And we know why. It was a planned burglary because he read that the dude wasn't going to be at the event. I don't think I need to link anything else. I think I know everything I need to know. Ah, I got an A, yay, but I did mess up on my deductions. I didn't get all my deductions correct. Alright, there were a few more things, 4 more things I needed to link. Okay, so I have an A+, an A, and a B. I need better scores. Well, you solved your first murder, made your first morally dubious call, and put your first scumbag in the cage. How does it feel, partner? Honestly, pretty damn good. Wait, did you say partner? If you think you can handle it. Handle you mean. What happened to I don't believe in second chances? I don't. But I realize I never really gave you a first chance. What do you say, Cassandra? Maybe if you drop the Cassandra and call me Cass? I don't know about... Uh-oh. Phone's ringing. Houston. Captain, this is Detective Clark. Detective, please inform Detective Houston that his ex-partner, Lou LaPaglia, has been murdered. So I solved the murder, but I got a B. I was hoping for an A or an A+. Maybe I'll do better on the next one. Alright, so this is the next, I guess it looks like it's the next case. I am going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back later on. I might start back with this. This looks like, this seems like fun. I want to try to get an A+ on one of these cases. So I'll probably be back. I'm just going to go get me something to eat, take a break, be back in a little bit. Peace.